Well, hello everyone. Hello. I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. And today we are celebrating National Poetry Month. This is a spotlight on authors who write poetry. Now, I don't know if you've ever thought about writing poetry, ever wanted to write poetry, or you just enjoy hearing poetry. So sit back, relax. If you're, as I often say, if you're old school, get your pen and paper out. If you're new school, be sure and get your phone out so you can follow, share, support these authors. So for all of my information, all of my online stores, to be able to contact me, just go to Julia, Julia, AK, Royston.com. That's Julia, Julia, another A and K, Royston, Royston.com. So my very first book was poetry. Kind of a little backstory. Went through a horrible divorce, happily remarried now, but went through a horrible divorce. And journaling became my friend. And writing poetry became therapy for me. I didn't even know it was a mental health therapeutic outlet and activity. I didn't have any idea. I knew it was helpful for me. Now, I've always been a huge reader. Most of you who've been following me know I have been really a reader and a love of books even before I could read. And then you put on top of studying to be a librarian, 2 master's degrees in library science. So books have been my world. Now to publishing and writing my books, over the top. And so, therefore, God chose the purpose and plan that He had for my life, and I'm walking through it. But at that time, I didn't fully know. That was probably 30 years ago. And so, writing on notebooks, fast forward, just kept going to those regular 80 count Dollar General Store, Dollar Tree notebooks, and met Mr. Royston 2005. Married him in 2006. Yeah, we didn't take no long time. We was old. We was in our 40s. You either it or you not. Keep moving. No long time. And then 2007, God said, okay, now it's time to put the book together. So my first book, now, as some of you also know, I sang. I don't do much singing these days, but I sang since I was like 8 years old. So my first book had my face on it. And it's neither here nor there whether you want your face on it or not, but I was a music artist. So the CD and DVD cover had the same, it was a whole brand. Oh, I was so happy for it. And it was a whole brand. So this is the cover of my very first book. I still have one. I've changed the cover multiple times, but this is the first book cover. So when I rolled it out, when I did my release party, I did a one-woman show. Special shout out for Mr. Joe Logan. We didn't even rehearse. He just sat down at the piano and I read poetry and sang, and we had a whole one-woman show. So this is a CD and a DVD and the book that I rolled out at one time. And so I was still, wrapped up into music more than anything else. But after this book, it was, as they say, it was on and popping after that. So I'm going to read one of my poems. So still in the music CD vein. So this is the second cover. And then this is the third cover. Because after so long, I'm like, take your face off. And then, because I changed it again, added a few poems. And then I added a few more and did a fourth version, which I'm currently out of inventory of it. But I still, I'm not selling my first one. I just gotta keep hold on. But out of this version, I added this, so I'm going to read one from it. Live your life. Sister, live your life. Be your best. Don't say, I'm just a blank, but I'm the best housewife. Brother, live your life. Be the best man you can be, no matter your job, whether your collar is blue, brown, or white. Children, live your life. Do your best. No excuses. In school, A, B, or C from the top, continue to strive to be. To one and all, short and tall, big boned or small, cocoa brown, very light, or no skin tone at all. Be yourself, the belle of the ball. Shop at Target or Neiman Marcus. Drive a jalopy, a Benz, or ride the bus. Live in a condo, house, or hut. Be your best despite any of us. Laugh at yourself. Smile at others. Forgive your enemies. Sometimes it may be your sisters and brothers. You're too cute to boot. The men are fine as wine. Life's too short. Heaven's too high and hell's too hot. You not to reach the top. So I trust you enjoy that. I have many more. I might pop out another one at the end, but um, so I enjoy it. I still enjoy reading it. I don't do much stand up, but I often love to support other authors when I see them in whatever genre, but especially those in poetry. So if you enjoy poetry, if you love it, be sure and follow and support any of these authors. That every season in Word or each season in Word is available, of course, and go to juliaakroyston.com and all of my books are there and materials are there. So I trust that that's been helpful. Just as a side note and a hint, if you hear words in your head, get them down on paper. So my advice to you is start writing it down. That woulda, shoulda, coulda. One day I'm fitting to, as my granddaddy used to say, my fixing to. Stop fixing and stop fitting, and put it down on paper. Even if you don't quite know if it's good or not, I get a lot of authors to go through that. Well, I don't know if it's really good. I mean, I don't know. Get it down. We can't edit anything we don't have down. We can't fix. We can't critique. We can't help you mold anything unless you have it written down. So whether you write it down on paper, whether you speak it through your phone, get it down and we can take it to the next level. I trust that helps you. That's my number one tip is getting it down and being ready to move forward. So coming up next, let's go to the East Coast. Ms. Zenobia, take it away, dear.
Hey, everybody. Good evening and welcome. Kudos to Julia. She was the editor of my last book, and it was a journey, wasn't it? My second book, I have published two books. First book is Reflections of Us. Second book is Prose and Light. And it was a journey. It was definitely a journey, but a good journey.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I'm going to read one from Prose and Light, and then I'm going to read something from my soon-to-be third book that's still in longhand, because I write in longhand, and then I go through that whole thing about typing it in Word, which is a challenge sometimes. This one is called She Cried. She cried for the small things, the things they left behind, the things that did not matter to them. All the things they did not see were the things she saw. She carried all the things they could not carry, for in her heart she felt she must. She heard all the songs they could not hear, and in the end, she felt all the pain. Okay.
Mm.
I know that's always the response from
Well,
everybody
and I
they
guess
go,
when I'm
the
listening
audience,
to that, yeah.
everybody
So
goes,
when I'm listening to that, I'm thinking, ooh, what are the things? If
yeah,
we
they
were in
belong
a
to
writing
her.
workshop, you'd be like, what are the things that you think about after she reads that? What are some things that resonate with you? And that's the reason why, poetry is so interesting, and it's really a wide open prose, similar, of course, to the title of your book, because even though they hear the same words, even though we all hear the same words, we're getting something totally different that's resonating with us from those things. You start seeing, you start hearing, you start, remembering and all that good stuff. So, yeah, when I heard that, I was like, what are all the things? And the things you don't say and the secrets you don't tell. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it.
And that's one thing I think I really consider poets artists and poetry an art form, and I always try to stress that Because like you said, it's like going to a museum and looking at a painting.
Right.
Everybody takes something different from that painting because it's an art form. So the things you said about that poem, I never thought about before.
Oh, wow.
Never thought about before.
Wow.
Now this one, you can see it's still on a piece of paper written, and I write all the time, so stuff can be on all kinds of pieces of paper.
Absolutely.
You do
Bills
not want
included.
my notebook. I'm not even going to show you because stuff's sticking out. But this is called I Am. I am. I am not. I see, but sometimes I am not seen. I love, but sometimes I am not loved. I understand, but sometimes I am not understood. I soar above the clouds, but sometimes I never leave the ground. That's in book number 3. And Julia, no, I don't have a title yet. I don't have anything yet. I don't have anything but a notebook with a lot of paper sticking out.
Oh, man.
But
And you making us scratch our head. Making us scratch our head. Okay, so I have to ask you. So give us one tip for either future poets or future writers, no matter what you're writing, no matter what.
I would say, Julia, you touched on it in your intro. You have to learn how to write from your heart. You can never compare yourself with any other poet or any other writing, because poetry comes from inside, and just like each one of us is unique with our own feelings and desires, that's how your poetry is going to be. So you can't read Andre Lord or Langston Hughes and say, wow, is my stuff that good? It's you. Mm-hmm. It's you. Your poetry is everything that is you. So the best thing, and I think about this as far as Black women are concerned and how our people are concerned. We are always good enough, and your poetry will always be good enough if you believe it's good enough.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, write from your heart, and then write every day. I mean, I cry. I mean, life gets in the way. We all know family and things and gas and news and all of that stuff gets in the way. But and it's no matter what you write. And I think also other art venues or genres will help you with your poetry. Whenever I get a chance to hear other poets, go to a music concert, and just go outside. Nature and people is inspiring. You're never going to be a great poet staying in the house. Well, not. You have to get out and interact, because I've come up with some of my best pieces from just walking around.
Yeah. And what you hear and what you see. Thank you so much. Ms. Zenobia, don't go anywhere. Stay right there. All right. Coming up next, Miss Vivian, let's come on home to Louisville. Miss Vivian.
Hello.
Take it away.
Hoping my asthma is going to hold up tonight. Hello, everybody. I have been born and bred in Brooklyn, New York, and I've lived in Louisville, Kentucky for about 38 years now. And I got interested in poetry through my godmother. My godmother was an elderly person. My parents chose an 80-something-year-old person to be my godmother. And when she had her senior citizen luncheons, she would get me, little 8 or 9-year-old, to recite something. Not only did I recite something, I couldn't pick out the poem. She had to pick out the poem, which meant that half the time I would forget it halfway through because I was so nervous. So that's how I really got involved in poetry. And then in college, growing up in the 60s, there was Haki Matabuti, there was Nikki Giovanni, there was Sonia Sanchez, there were Audre Lorde, all of the different wonderful poets. And then moving here, there's Frank X. Walker, there's Julia Royston. So you get exposed to people when you are opening your eyes to something that you're really interested in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I'm going to read 2 poems. One is pretty short, and the other one is much longer. And my style is call and response, because I want the readers to be able to participate in the poetry. So you will be able to get the rhythm as you hear my response. Also, I attach quotations to this particular volume of my poetry. This is my second book. It's called Black in the Day, Poems to Acknowledge an Extraordinary God in an Ordinary Life. So this scripture that I attached to this poem says, Jesus says, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. And that's Matthew 17:20. The title is My Soul Looks Up. My soul looks up when negative news displaces my usual cool and calm collected self with anxiety. My soul looks up when shivering replaces singing and jubilation suddenly cascades down a mountain of pain and despair. My soul looks up when grief like a boulder pins me down in Death Valley and showers me in a waterfall of tears. My soul looks up when mindful consolation temporarily buoys me in attempts to reach the lasso of joy. It's all temporary in the eternal scheme of things. So as an act of faith, my soul looks up. And that's because all of us are suffering something in this climate that we are in. So I just want us to be able to know that we have someone that we are looking up to. So my second poem is a tribute to my mother. I wrote this poem a long, long time ago. My mom passed away when she was 52. I was 28 years old. And being that Mother's Day is upcoming, I want to dedicate this, of course, again to my mom and to all of those who have their mothers with the ancestors. Hopefully, this will make you think about that. So the quotation that goes with this poem says, motherhood is the exquisite inconvenience of being another person's everything. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home, a long, long way from home. Reflections. Didn't think about it then, but I do now. Mommy didn't know she was weaving baskets of memories one wintry day when she spread out an old blanket on the living room floor. She pulled out the bumblebee-colored picnic basket, and we shared an indoor picnic of hot dogs, pickles, potato, salad, and iced tea. My little sister and I would perch on the pink periphery and shoo away Smokey, our little black fox terrier. We gazed in awe at the snow flurries falling gracefully in slow motion outside. There was no flame glowing in our fireplace, but the warmth I felt still enveloped me, regardless of the temperature. Mom had that special creativity about her. Didn't think about it then, but I do now. Then there were the plays A Christmas Carol and Shenandoah, two school performances in which girl classmates and I had to portray old-fashioned women in long dresses. While the others had store-bought finery, my mom cut patterns out of paper, basted and sewed on the old Singer sewing machine, and voila, my costume was created. It wasn't fancy, but classic looking. A floor-length aqua blue skirt with a matching bonnet. And I was the only girl who could boast, my mother made it. Didn't think about it then, but I do now. At about age 14, my parents were separated. Mom took Sis and me from New York to New Jersey to live, and we stayed with her sister's family until she got a job. Kids on the block who learned of Mom's hospitalization for mental illness would whisper as I approached, she's the cousin with the crazy mother. I pretended to be ignorant of their knowledge and greeted each with a shy smile. Since her own mother's premature death left her on the farm with only a sixth grade education, Mom sought work as an assembly line worker with the Mattel toy factory. Sis and I were excited to have the privilege to preview new toy parts before they were assembled for purchase. Didn't think about it then, but I do now. At our new home, Mom's creativity didn't cease. On days when we ran out of deodorant, Mom wet the end of a bar of soap, swiped it under our armpits, and sent us off to school. She was probably the originator of the stick deodorant. Can you imagine how wealthy she would have been if she patented that idea? She made our little apartment so nice. It was an embarrassing revelation to me when neighborhood kids laughed and spread the word that our apartment was really the attic of the landlord's house. Didn't think about it then, but I do now. About how she saved up to get us new outfits for Easter so we would look as nice as our cousins when we went to church. It was my first big lady suit, chocolate malt colored with a lapel collar jacket and straight skirt. How crushed she looked as she informed us that our father from New York had been granted initial visitation on that Easter Sunday weekend. As the two of us, with teary eyes, drove off with him, Mom wearily walked back home to our attic apartment alone. Didn't think about it then, but I do now. Yet we were taught to walk tall, okay to talk to boys, but keep our dresses down, don't stop anywhere but home after school, study hard, pray daily, and say the 23rd Psalm every night before sleeping. Mom's been home with the Lord for many years now, and with all the conveniences I've been blessed with, I still can't conceive of how she did it. As the song says, making love out of nothing at all. Didn't think about it then, but I do now.
Mm, wow, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. So, wow, that was a powerful story, powerful poem. So, my question to you is, that's from the heart, that's from actual experience.
Mhm.
But what is one tip that you would give for those who thought about writing poetry or have had poetry, like me, in the spiral notebooks for years, just moving from place to place? What would you tell them?
I would say be observant about your life and the life of others. Look at things that you might resonate with, and always have paper and pen with you. If you're in your car, if you just have a napkin, have something that you can write on when you see something. I have many times seen things in the environment, or like I wrote a poem about a homeless person just because I was in my car eating lunch, and this person always at the same time walked past my car. And it just really resonated with me that this person, another fellow human being, had to go through such a hardship in his life. So I wrote about it. Also, I would say always start writing notes, and remember that poetry doesn't have to rhyme, as you can tell from what my reading was, but it should be thought provoking. You want to write something that's going to make someone think about what you're saying. They may not understand exactly where you are coming from, but it still would provoke them to think about what you're saying.
Absolutely, absolutely, fantastic. Because there's somebody in your audience, there's somebody on social media, there's somebody that you meet along the way that'll have the same exact experience, and it'll resonate with as well. Because if you see it, somebody else will see it too as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, what a heartfelt story, and what a heartfelt poem. I didn't think about it then, but I think about it now. And knowing that there are so many things we didn't think about in the past, but realized we needed to not brush them off, but hold on to them. All righty, let's stay in Louisville. Mr. Miller, take it away, sir.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We doing good. We doing good.
So my name is Jose Picasso. Also, my pen name is S.S. Miller. I'm the author of poetic memoirs, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I started. I actually fell in love with poetry because when I was like 5, 6 years old, I used to rap. So, but I actually fell in love with writing in the 6th grade. We had to do a series of papers, a couple of personal narratives and poems. and I realized I had a knack for something, and I was put in a book called Young Authors. So that's how I got started in writing. And I want to share with y'all today two pieces. The first piece is called Lady in Disguise. Her being screamed goddess. Her beauty held sore eyes. Her voice was soft, seductive, and sexy enough to make a man's nature rise. She's a vibe that attracts in a world not occur. What looked to be a pretty peaceful world was a dungeon without pleasure, and the precious princess was a prisoner trapped there, laughing and crying at the same time. But the tears were invisible, or maybe I was blind. She threw jokes about a hellhole where she was forced to live on eggshells and tiptoe, because one crack might disturb the dangerous dragon's nap. If he's not under the influence, it's useless, verbally abusive. The husband gonna snap. So that's the first one. And let's see. My next one is called I'm Okay. But funny story about the first one. So I was at a football practice. Used to be at this couple that used to always come to the football practice, and her husband would always show out and do stupid stuff. So he got into it with the coach. So he was banned from the football practice. So one day his wife just came, and they looked like such a happy family, but she just came and let it all out, and that's how I was inspired to write that poem. So this next piece is called I'm Okay. When people ask me, "Are you good?" I reply, "I can't complain. No one would listen if I did anyway. Plus, it ain't like I ain't been through this before. I keep my emotions bottled up, trying not to pop my top. I'm a man, so I deal with. Can't confide or pour into anybody. They messy, they spill quick. Kindly look you in your face and see it as a weakness. Enthusiastic, ready to run their mouth like some sneakers. So I befriend the stress. I play with the pain. It won't last forever. It's just a little rain. And that's the end of It's Okay.
Okay.
And
I like that one. Oh yeah. Okay.
thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it.
We never know what we're gonna be inspired. Hang with us. Don't go nowhere, sir. All right, Sister Thompson, you up next.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And I have enjoyed everyone who has uh, recited or read their poetry thus far. It is very inspiring, and it just makes me think of things that I probably never thought of before. My name is Deborah A.K. Thompson, and I am the author of several books, but one of them is a book of poetry. And the book of poetry is called Enlightenment 2: Building Self-Esteem Through Poems and Positive Affirmations. And the book is, I really wrote the book because I wanted to just encourage myself as well as encourage other people to know that you are good just the way you are. God made you who you are, and there is nobody like you, and therefore it's okay to be you. And let me be me. And so, therefore, I started writing the poems and just giving some of the positive affirmations that I came up with in the book, just to encourage us to be happy with who we are. Um, I am going to read a couple of poems from my book. The first poem that I want to read, and in this poem, I never usually talk about myself or about my visual acuity or the lack thereof. I always feel that people need to get to know who I am, and when they know me, then they will not judge me based on what they think they see or what they think they know about me, but they'll judge me based on how I am and who I am to them. This poem is called Vision by Deborah A.K. Thompson. My eyes can see only the things that are in front of me. Although I may look as hard as I please, I miss so much because of disease. The answer yet nobody knows. The real solution not yet disclosed. It would be so easy to blame the good Lord above, forgetting his mercy and all of his love. Life, love, and family and community, not valuing the things that were given to me, like life, love, family, and community. It would be so easy to make excuses for all the things I cannot do, looking around at others who appear to have it all, yet they don't have a clue. Learning how to show people what I already have, instead be grateful for the life that I live. No one knows the hour or the day when your soul will be taken away. Live life to the fullest and make it the very best that you can. All the answers you seek will be revealed in the end. I am only limited by the things that my mind can conceive. All things become possible if I just believe. Try and never give way to doubt, knowing that I have help when my faith runs out. Life is not based on how fast or far I can run, but whether I am able to overcome. If I am incapable of overcoming my mission, I know God would not have given me vision. My haters, this is the second poem, and I decided to do this one. As I said, the book is designed just to talk about encouragement of ourselves as well as others to know that you are good just the way you are. And this one is called Haters. Haters just hate because they can. There's no rhyme or reason for their unreasonable demand. If you do well, they hate your success. If you do badly, it's not enough to impress. I guess haters just like living in a big mess. Haters come in all sizes and shapes. When you put others down to build yourself up, it only seals your fate. I guess it's easier to hate when your attitude is small, never realizing that you might be the next one to fall. That's why hateration makes no sense at all. Haters don't care about what you're going through. They're just there to hate you for being you. Your job is to keep moving toward your goal. Don't look back and never give up control. Realize that hate carries a big price and a heavy toll. Your success or failure doesn't depend on what haters do. What you accomplish in your life is up to you. I recognize that I have haters like everybody else. If they weren't there, I might get too cocky and get beside myself. Let my haters hate as long as they stay out of my way. I'll keep getting better day by day. Thank you. And my advice to anyone who is interested or just thinking about becoming a poet or just writing, as you all have said earlier, I think just talking to other people who are writing and who are poets, just talking to them, sometimes you can get inspiration from what others are doing, as well as learning from others. Just write, as you say, write down how you feel. It's the opportunity, because you can't edit if you don't have anything down to edit. So I think that's the most important thing, is to make sure that you're expressing what you feel. It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks about it. You can work on it as you get it down on paper. Somebody can help you get it in order, but you got to have something for them to help you with. So that would be my advice.
Wonderful, Sister Thompson. Okay, so yes, we understand, Sister Thompson, don't we, Dr. Nettles? We know Sister Thompson may have a visual, biological, physiological vision problem, but Sister Thompson does not lack vision. She does not lack energy. She does not lack creativity at all. And don't play with her. She will run you and jog you down a hallway in a second. I tell you what, we spent a week with Sister Thompson in Orlando, Florida, and it was incredible what her and her family members are getting accomplished. And talk about living life to the fullest. Don't play with them. Don't play with them. They is all everywhere they want to be. They got people to take them. And I'm telling you now, if they don't have their family member nearby, they'll grab whoever's near them and they will lead them to where they want to go. Baby, there ain't nothing stopping them people. I watched them for a solid week and was nothing stopping them from getting where they were trying to go and accomplishing what they striving to do. I know plenty of people who have perfect 2020 vision doing absolutely nothing. And I'll stop right there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Dr. Nettles, you next, and then we're gonna close it out with my good friend and my husband says I think he's your nephew, but anyway, we'll talk about him in a minute. Dr. Nettles, keep going.
Good evening. Good evening. It is wonderful to see all of you, and I love to hear everyone else's poetry. I am Dr. Burnett Nettles. I am living in Montgomery. I am a native Mobilian. I have been here about 20 years, and in that 20 years, God has done a thing, and one of those things is writing and publishing and authoring and coaching and encouraging. And so all of those things have been such a blessing over these last 20 years. I wanted to write my book of poetry first, but it was not my first. I think it was what was it, Julia? My third or fourth book?
Four.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But and it was a blessing to be able to do that. But I don't put my poetry just in my books of poetry. They are often scattered through my devotionals as well. So one of my book of poetry, Unspoken Words, I usually read my favorite poem, but I want to read this one this time. How do I explain? How do I explain a love that transcends time, a thought, a question, a glance between us, though fleeting and distant, searing and bonding our hearts together? How do I explain the lift, the love, the change that has enveloped my life since you came to me? My heart dances in tune to yours, my footsteps patterned to the beating of your heart. How do I explain to those who question and chasten, to the non-believer, to the one untouched by your presence, your strength, and the truest spirit of your love? I can't. I can't explain my joyous heart, my spirited walk, or my tingling soul. I can't explain my shifting life, my resurging essence, when I know your love encircles me. How do I explain my love for you? I don't. I simply do love you. Oh. One of the other avenues in which I write poetry in have a lot to do with bereavement. And so we worked through a friend of mine. We worked through Whispers of My Heart. And I want to read one of the poems in this book that is designed to help walk the reader through bereavement. I hear his words in my head. I hear his words in my head, and my heart leaps with joy because he is still with me, guiding me, even chastising me. And I don't mind anymore because it is his love that connects us from heaven to earth. I hear his voice in my head, and my eyes respond by leaking in memory of the promise. His promise to us that we are in the promised land. We now strive to fulfill our unspoken promise to him, to till his soil and reap his harvest that he planted before he joined the choir of angels. And so I wipe my eyes, remember the love, re-experience the joy, and know that it is well, though sometimes I still cry.
Mm, mm. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
All right. One thing, a writing coach and English teacher and all that good stuff. Give me a tip. Give me a tip.
Write it. That's the tip. Write it. There are so many times when you talk to people and they say, I want to write a book, I want to have a this and I want to have a that, but they won't write. If you stop and take the time to write it, it makes all the difference in the world. And just like I think it was Sister Vivian said, write it on a piece of paper, write it on a napkin, write it on. The only thing about that is know where you put your napkin, because I throw my napkin away. No, stick it in your, you stick it in your pocket, stick it in your zipper part of your purse. Do something, but know where you put your napkin. Otherwise, you lose it. That's my tip. Know where you put your napkin.
Yeah, I put it on the back of bills too. The bills keep on coming, so I don't guess we're gonna lose them. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Nettles. All right, let's go down south. Way south. Way south. Okay. All right, unmute.
Going, how y'all doing?
There you go. Take it away, love.
Yes. My name is TLK Poetry. Um, I'm a poet, an author. Um, I wanted to give a shout out to all the poets on here. You know what I mean? Really dope. I'm currently in Mexico right now, so I'm in the city. You know, I'm in the city of Mexico. And today I wanted to read a chapter from my omitted tribe stories of Shield. I wrote a couple of poems, like poetry books, where it's a collection of poems. I did two of those, Scattered Thoughts and Scattered Prayers. But I also wanted to push my pen to bring poetry to story form. And part two is going to be coming out at the end of the month or at the latest in the beginning of May. We're working on the final touches of the book. But amazing reviews of what I'm hearing. And I just want to give it to the poets, give y'all a story. So here's chapter 1, So here it goes. I dwell in a rich and beautiful city. Dawn's hue is always soothing. The people's bronze skin is glowing, unforgetting, busy talking, fast walking. Doesn't happen often. We are a peaceful folk. Words carefully thought out when spoke. I hear it. It's getting louder. My city just awoke. I hear it. It's getting louder. My city just awoke. Celebration beginning. My head is spinning. Why were my dreams provoked? My phone starts ringing. My mind is still thinking. Answering my phone with a tone that I want to be left alone. Hello? Oh, you just waking up, said Elijah? Yeah, well, get yourself up and we about to slide on you. All right, but give me a minute. Wiping my eyes, getting out of bed, smelling food. I made my way to the kitchen to see what my mother was fixing. My mother, an angel sent down from heaven by Yah, an example of what it looks like to beat all lies. Beautiful, quiet, and smart. Her actions are led by her heart. She teaches about love, says even when you're lost, listen to the words of the one above. Strong, brilliant, and protective. It's been like this for all my years. She fights my fears and wipes my tears. I will always love her because she is my mother. Oh, yes, ma'am. Fix your plate and start eating. I have to get ready for the celebration. I grab my plate, filling it with eggs, pancakes, and bacon. My favorite of the meal of the day is breakfast. Sitting down, staring at this food, wondering why my dreams have left me so restless. And I noticing my mom was studying. Baby, you all right? I heard you tossing and turning all night. I'm all right. I guess it was a dream I had. Well, tell me about your dream. Oh, so now you Joseph and you can tell me what dreams mean with that bright colored nightgown you're wearing? My mother made a smirk but never stopped staring. Boy, tell me your dream. We were at the celebration. Everybody was having fun. The old folk were sipping on wine or whatever. Kids trying to sneak a drink. The old folks screaming out, y'all know better. The kids start running. The old ones start reminiscing about their younger days. Music playing, people dancing. Young couples are romancing. Just when everybody's at the peak of having fun, the clouds turn black and the sky turns bright red from the sky, or falling balls of fire like that young couple's desire. Like that young couple's desire. Then I heard a loud voice in the sky saying, "This is because of your eyes," or it was saying lies. Honestly, I don't know. It felt so real. Calm down and eat your meal. Wasn't I the one that? Do you know what I love to hear? No, ma'am. Your name. Okay, in a strong voice, say your name. Peace on earth, said Poe. That's right. The whole ride to the hospital, I kept saying it's gonna be all right, Poe. When you were born and the doctors wanted a full name, I said, "Peace on earth, my little Poe." So you feeling down? What did I used to tell you when you were upset? And you better not act like you don't know. Poe. Out of me came Poe, a little peace on earth. Every day I will guide you and show your worth. One day you will be able to heal the hurt. You are my peace on earth. If you ever get misguided, say your name loud and be reminded you are my peace on earth. May not understand now, but in a while the stars will twinkle and the sun will smile. Their light will guide you for miles. The world will know out of me came Poe, a little peace on earth. Poe. Thanks, Mom, for always being there. No problem, but you better go upstairs. I hear your phone ringing. I guess it's time for you to get ready. Running, skipping steps, thinking to myself, I ain't even pick out my clothes yet. Negative energy, I must reject. Getting ready for the celebration, I must respect. My chucks are fresh, I'm dressed to impress. Elijah at the door, we ready to step. Elijah, the homie for real, he's wise and dangerous. Someone ready to kill homies for years. One of the few who has seen my tears. It's more than flesh. His spirit demands respect. While being on this earth, it was told in his own way, he was show your word. Elijah. Bro, you ready? Said Elijah. Man, you know I stay ready, said Poe. Is that Elijah at the door? Yes, ma'am, said Poe. How are you doing, Miss Nia? Elijah, I'm doing well. Not much to tell, but y'all be safe and have fun today. Both said yes, ma'am, and they walked out the door. Fun was what they wanted to get into for sure. Palm trees, leaves swaying in the breeze, the sunlight giving proper energy to my city. It's safe, it's beautiful, it's gritty, it's powerful, it's knowledge, it's busy, it's risky, it's silly, it's witty. Celebrating a few hundred years of peace, the elders try to explain how it used to be, something you wouldn't want to see. We heard things you wouldn't want to believe. It was hectic, it was biblical and poetic. The wrong to ourselves was in our genetics. Our city comes together every year so we don't forget it. Elijah starts to pour the juice to make us more energetic. Poe rolls the herb to help the kinetics. Smiles on many people's faces. Children running, fast, chasing each other, dreams, whatever, not concerned about consequences that would eventually make them better. Elijah and Poe passing the earth amongst each other. Elijah said, "My bad for not making it out last night." Poe replied, "Bruh, it's all good. The turnout was all right." And I just wanted to say, thank you
Oh,
for
wow.
listening.
Yeah. Okay, what's your tip?
So my tip is to add on to what everybody's saying about writing. My tip on that is give yourself at least 7 minutes a day. It's 24 hours in a day. If you put at least 7 minutes of time to write on your napkin or you write on your whatever to get your thoughts out, do it. And then you got Miss Julie over here that would really help you with a career of writing. And she has done that for me. And as you can see, all these other authors. So yeah, my tip is give yourself at least 7 minutes. 24 hours, what is 7 minutes for real? You know what I mean? So that's just my tip.
7 minutes. That's less than the Pomodoro method, which is 20 minutes. But seven. Give yourself 7 minutes. Okay, say the title of the book again because I want everybody to tell me what they got going on next. So,
Okay, my book was called The Omitted Tribe Stories. Sheol, Sheol, and part 2 is going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. So look, very soon, part 2 will be coming out.
Perfect. And where can they find you on social media?
So on social media, you can find me at TLK Poetry. My website is rnmbtlkpoetry.com. I was about to say it, but rnmbtlkpoetry.com is my website. On there, you will find my books of poetry, and I also have some music on there as well. So if y'all want to tune in.
There
Put
he
that
is,
in there too.
Mr. Brooks Crittenden himself, TLK Poetry.
No,
All right,
thank you.
Mr. Miller, tell
Yes,
everybody
man.
about your upcoming event. April 21st, correct?
Nah, April 25th, I'm having a book
25th.
release party. It's gonna be a little show. We $22 a ticket. You get a signed copy of the book, a little food and drink, and there's about 4 people gonna perform, 3 poets and a hip hop artist, and then I'm gonna perform at the end. So that's what I got coming up right now. You can find me on all social media under Soze Picasso, SOZEPICASSO, and that's pretty much what I got going on right now.
Oh yeah, it looks like when you see the flyer, that's a whole show. He got a whole. It's not just the release of his book, but it's a whole performance. So sit back, relax, enjoy the evening, dress to impress, and all the good stuff. Be sure and find him. Soze is SOZE, and then Picasso, and be sure and find him on social media. Support his book release, as they say, if you can get it here on a skateboard or car, plane, automobile, be in the place April 25th for the release. Not just a book signing, it's a whole performance. So, anybody else? Those are the two I know have something coming up. Anybody else? Where you gonna be? What you gonna be doing? Okay, Miss Vivian, you next.
Yes, well, mine's pretty much in the distance, but in case you all would like to know, I've been invited to Greater Salem Baptist Church, which is 1009 West Chestnut Street here in Louisville. They're going to have a community event on that day, and I'm going to be a book vendor at their event.
What's the date of it?
September 19th.
September 19th. All right, keep that in mind. We can find you where on social media?
LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and my website is being rebuilt. So you can reach me at vgriffiths01@gmail.com.
Perfect. We'll be able to find it. Remember, Griffiths does have an S on the end, and Vivian has two N's and an E. So be sure and look for Miss Vivian Griffiths and support her there at Greater Salem. My father-in-law pastored Greater Salem for 25, 30 years. So
Really?
you know where that is in the Louisville area. So if you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, be sure and mark your calendar for that to be a part of that. Ms. Zenobia, I know you're writing, but what's going on in Philly?
I have been honored with the honor of producing the Poetry Festival, the inaugural one at the Harlem Book Fair in Harlem, New York. I know, on August 29th.
Yeah.
I started writing on napkins and church programs. So I'm pulling all the poets, the poet laureate from Philadelphia. I'm pulling about 10 poets from Philly. We're going up to Harlem. We're being on stage. We've got a dancer, a drummer. And I have to owe it all to Miss Julia. She, you definitely can't limit yourself. And I am so honored. I've vended many years at the Harlem Book Fair, but when you're vending and you're out there doing your thing, people see you.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They see you. You don't think they see you. So I was calling the Harlem Book Festival saying, did you get my last PDF of my book? And they were like, oh, Zenobia, I'm glad you called. We were just getting ready to call you. So
that's a beautiful thing.
So honored.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I keep
What date? What is the date again? August?
The date is August 29th from 10 to 6 at the, it's like a municipal services pavilion. It's outside the Harlem Book Festival. And all of the poets that everybody mentioned, the past poets, we're going to read some of their work. I have a lot of new poets that are in the style of TLK, Billy. I mean, what I'm going to do is I will forward the Harlem vending application to Julia.
Okay.
Just look.
And I'll put it out there because if you're on the area, I know we have other authors that are in the area that can get up there.
Yes, I'll send it to you, and you can send it out there. I am so honored. I told the director it's just going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Believe
congratulations.
Yeah. I'm working on that third book, but this I had to kind of put it on hold till I get this together. But I'm excited. I'm really.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for you. Congratulations
Thank you.
on all of that and everything that could possibly the next of that lead to. I guess my one tip is making sure you got all your promotional materials together. Make sure you got photographers, videographer, all of that together, because using that video for the next and for your portfolio is really, really going to be key. And you're extremely photogenic anyway. So that's going to be an awesome opportunity. So congratulations.
Yeah, I have to piggyback on what everybody said. You never know what God's got for you.
Yeah, you never
Come
know.
into your writing with an open heart and an open mind, and just always stay out there. You got to stay out there.
Yeah. Dr. Nettles?
Ma'am, we will, in Mobile on May 30th, there is a book event, Letters and Songs, an author's book festival. It is a part of Mobile's JAWS Festival, Jazz Artists, Writers South. And it's a big cultural festival that happens across about 6 weeks. And once a week, there is a jazz event. There's a artist event. And this year they're including an authors event. And that'll be on May 30th. There is information to find out about JAWS Fest and Letters and Songs at jawsfestival.com. And that information is also on my website, or will be before the night is over.
Yeah, as well, yeah.
www.burnettcnettles.com.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to being there. It's going to be my first time, not in Mobile. I've been in Mobile several times, but being at that festival, and I enjoy jazz, and I love the arts anyway, and mixing all of the arts together, jazz, art, writing, and JAWS, just like the movie JAWS.
Yes.
So having that ability to be in that very, very artistic space, I'm really very much definitely looking forward to it. Please follow all of these authors. Sister Thompson, where are you going next?
I am going to be in San Antonio, Texas, the week of May 25th through the 31st at the International Women's Convention for the Churches of God in Christ. And I will have all of my children's books, as well as some of my books of poetry and my memoir as well. And so we'll be moving around and doing what we could do. If I could get up there to Mobile, but I think it's the same week as I'm doing.
Yes, that's the same week. Yeah,
I
know, but it's gonna be packed out. The women's convention, gonna be probably 40,000-50,000 women. So so you make sure you got your inventory. That's the only thing I have to say to you about that, because they come to support, and they don't play.
They support. And
yes, ma'am. Be sure, if you're in the Texas Southern, if you're going there, because I know Church of God in Christ ladies, they come from everywhere. But if you're going to the women's conference, women's convention, be sure and find Sister Thompson there, and in the exhibit hall, which we call the Kojic Fashion Mall. There are going to be plenty of activity in the exhibit hall. So be sure and find her and support. Buy her out. Just go through and just buy everything she's got. Bring it back home, Christmas, holidays, all that good stuff.
And my website is Deborah the Writer. That's Debra, the Writer at DeborahTheWriter.com.
All right.
DeborahTheWriter.com.
DeborahTheWriter.com. It's DEBRA.
Yes.
TheWriter.com. So it has been my honor and my privilege to be on with you all this evening. And I'm always happy to have poets on and celebrate National Poetry Month. Well, I got a few minutes. Let's see who's been, because there's been a whole lot of people in the comments. Ooh-wee. Hey, Justin. Okay, my cousin. Thank you so much, Lisa. Graham Don Hay is watching. Oh, so glad. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed the poems. Good. Is this your mama? that your mama? TLK. Yeah. Thank you so much, mama. You always come on to support us, and we sure do appreciate it. We sure do appreciate it. We definitely thank you. Congratulations to everybody. Are you in India? Well, we're glad to have you if you're in India. Oh, look. Yeah. He's spoiled. Yes, he is. Hey, Karen, how are you? Congratulations on you, everything you do. The family, here come family rolling through. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Harbin, so glad. You're welcome. Hey, Miss Finley, how are you, love? Congratulations on all you're doing, and thank you so much for being with us this evening. Yeah, Kojic in the house. Some of your sisters done jumped on. I told you, I said, y'all need to go to San Antonio when you get there. Roll on through, buy her out. It has been my pleasure. It's been my honor always to spotlight and highlight these poets with me. This evening, Miss June Harden was not able to be with us today, but she is a poet as well, and we definitely know it. So I am super excited for all those who write poetry. Those of you who've been padding them in the notebooks, okay, you've got 7 poets to tell you, pull it on out, get it out there. And I'll just give you a slight hint. If you're interested in publishing poetry, you need at least 40. So 40 to 50. We can't take everything in one book, but 40 to 50, especially if they're longer, that's where you need to start. So get your collection together and be ready to roll it out. Also support these authors. That's also what I say is a good suggestion, so that you have a guidance like what you're looking for, what a vision. And of course, I have, people from a little bit of everywhere, north and south and east. And so therefore you have the opportunity to, Sister Thompson's in Florida. But if you have the opportunity to see what other people have published, if you're really serious about it, you will invest in it. So support other authors who write what you write, who do what you do, and then we'll be able to take it to the next level. Until next time, you all be blessed. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. It's always my prayer today, tomorrow, and always that no matter what's going on, that you live your best life. Be blessed until next time. Bye-bye.